Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Amy and I travel pretty much full time while working remotely, but I'm back in my home, Toronto, Canada for the summer, and I've been sharing some vlogs where I show you around, give you a feel for the city, and just show you what sort of activities you can do around here. This week, we are going to a provincial park that's a few-hour drive from the city, so I can show my boyfriend Sam around, who's from the UK, and just show him a different part of Ontario. So we took a drive over to the Petroglyphs Provincial Park in Ontario, and it took about 2.5 hours to get there. I was actually driving from Newmarket, a suburb, but yeah, once you get there, it has a nice little drive-in, and then the entry fee is about $15 per car. Had a really nice walk in to get to the welcome center, and we even saw some butterflies, and it was just a really nice sunny day. But I'm gonna let Sam explain everything that goes on at this park.
So we've recently been to the Petroglyphs Provincial Park near Peterborough, Ontario, and as the name suggests, there are petroglyphs there, which is probably why it's famous. These petroglyphs were carved probably by the Algonquins or the Iroquois we were told when we were there, between 6,000 and 600 years ago. So there's a huge range of dates, a huge time period where they were done. And they're all done on this kind of slanted rock, huge area that's kind of in its own sort of building to sort of, I suppose, control humidity to preserve the petroglyphs a bit better. But it's actually the rock that is sacred to the First Nation people, I believe the Anishinaabe people. I probably butchered that, but we couldn't actually take any photos or videos of the area because of the building it's in, because it is sacred, so it would be considered offensive or insensitive. Essentially, it's a big rock with lots of petroglyphs, and some have been coloured in black with wax by people from Trent University, which they did before consulting with the First Nation peoples. We were told there wasn't a great idea that they did that, but they did it. Most of the depictions were of, to me, they looked like animals, sort of turtles, snakes, some sort of vaguely humanoid figures, which is really interesting, and they probably represented all these kind of beliefs and things that, well, I'm not really sure what they would have been, and I don't know if the people there also, if anyone really knows what a lot of them were. The park itself has loads of hiking trails around. It's just a really beautiful sort of forested area, and there's actually also a lake that is of great scientific interest, as there's not really any mixing of the oxygenated waters above and the deoxygenated water at the bottom of the lake. I believe just because of the basin, the shape of the lake, and it creates this sort of weird colour thing. So there's like green and blue colours that are just kind of separated, which is really cool to look at. But because there's no oxygen, it's a very odd at the bottom of the lake, which can cause anything to basically not decay, and it basically preserves anything that falls to the bottom. It might have preserved things from as far back as 10,000 years ago, which is pretty insane.
Moving on, we went over to a beach called Sandy Beach that is near Buckhorn, which is a small little town about a half-hour drive from this provincial park. It was the perfect day. I'd been to this beach before with my Nana, actually, but I wanted to show Sam because it's just a nice little small beach nearby. We brought these floats to lounge around in and had such a good day just being silly and having a good time at the beach. So yeah, I'm glad we brought these floats. Definitely a good call, but the water is pretty shallow, so you don't actually need floats. You can swim super easily, and there's lots of places to just hang out and spend the day there. A lot of people brought stuff for picnics, and I definitely recommend just getting in the water because the water is really blue and warm, so it's perfect on a summer day. The bottom of the water is a little bit questionable, I have to say. It is like really muddy, but it's still worth the drive out here, and it's probably about a 3-hour drive from Toronto, so it's not too bad. I'd also recommend staying all the way till sunset if you can, because it has an unobstructed view of the sunset, and there's lots of places to get incredible ice cream from in Buckhorn, which is a few-minute drive away. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. I know this was a quick one because I didn't really have too much content this week, but I hope you enjoyed it and might consider checking out one of these provincial parks next time you are in Canada or if you're coming to Ontario for the first time. I've definitely been at a bit of a loss of what to share in terms of content while I'm back home, because if I'm being honest, it just seems like everything around here is not that exciting in comparison to when I'm traveling and doing vlogs in new countries and places I've never been before. So I'm really struggling to find what sort of content I think you guys are going to like the most. So if you have any ideas or anything you want to see me share about Toronto in general, just let me know and I'll make a video about it. Thanks again for being here, and subscribe if you haven't already. I put up new videos every Wednesday or Thursday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!